Hi, I'm Riba Mwakusa, and you're watching From the Cape with Bass, hosted by Daniel Peterson.
Good day, everyone. Today we're here with great bass player Riba Mwakusa. Riba, how are you doing, brother?
Daniel, I'm doing very well. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Thanks for making time for me, making time for From the Cape with Bass. There's a couple of questions I want to ask you pertaining to this beautiful, what is it, a buzzard
Yes,
bolt-on Warwick bass.
beautiful beast.
Yeah, this beautiful beast that you're playing. My first question to you is, what was your first musical experience as a child growing up?
Yo, I'd say this might have happened subconsciously because around the house you just there and your brain is absorbing stuff that you're not aware of. Because later on, when I started music, I think I knew a lot more than what I thought I had. Like, supposed to the lessons that I got, the journey for me went like really quick, and that tells me that before that something happened. I really absorbed a lot of stuff without me knowing. So I think it's subconsciously, but also to add to that, my dad was a guitarist in church. Playing the GC Craze there, Pinkster. So, but at home, he used to just pick up the guitar and anytime he would play and sing.
Okay.
So I think that always being around the house and always also his brothers and sisters and cousins, they could sing. Everyone could play an instrument.
Wow.
So family gatherings would always be like a singing occasion.
Wow.
People would sing. People played instrument, played saxophone, banjo. Everyone played an instrument. Everyone could sing. And I think that really contributed to me picking music way late in life. Me having that sort of foundation, so to say, when it comes to musical experience. I think it must have happened at home when I was sitting and just listening to my dad, or maybe being busy with something else, but absorbing what my dad, filled the room with, the atmosphere with at home.
Wow, man, that's such a cool
mouthful. Sorry,
that's such a cool thing. So, why eventually did you choose the bass guitar?
Yeah, I think it's
when I say the bass guitar, I'm looking at this beautiful instrument.
Why did I choose this one?
Not this one per se, but why did you choose?
But it's a story how I chose this one. But I think many people say this, but I'm going to say it as well, that bass guitar chose me.
Okay.
Because I was a drummer. Also, many bass guitarists started off as drummers. So I was a drummer, not really as a drummer. I could say I'm a drummer, but I was playing drums in church. I just started playing drums in church, and as in the church, there's always a gap for an instrument, or a gap for someone to play an instrument. So because maybe the bassist couldn't make it that day, and then the guitarist at the time was the band leader, Uncle Desi. It's from Belhar. Shout out to Uncle Desi. It's the Ephesians branch in Belhar.
Okay.
So he basically just said or showed me just play there, and then just guide me in church. I couldn't even play the one finger, when you play one finger.
Yeah.
So I was like just following him. He's like, yeah, now play that one. So Uncle Desi was probably my first teacher, so to say. I know we're getting to that part, but like that is how I got into bass guitar.
Wow.
And then obviously I had to now teach someone on the drums. And I'm lifting it on a
So you became a teacher while you were taking lessons.
A student, I'm a teacher as well, So luckily, because I'm lifting it on a drums.
Okay.
And luckily, the guy that was interested in playing drums, Inch's the only guy.
Let's go back here. You said you left-handed on the drums.
I'm lifting it on drums, yeah.
Also, and you were right-hand.
Right-hand. Okay, I don't know how to explain.
See, I'm scratching my head. I don't even have hair, but I'm scratching my head here.
Ambidextrous. I don't know what the word is. I don't know it's a big word. I think it's that.
Ambidextrous.
Yeah. So it happens like even when I eat like my food, knife and fork, it's left on the left side. When I do some like stuff like this. That's my right hand. I cannot.
Okay.
So some things work better with the left hand and some things doesn't. But I play right hand with my bass.
Have you ever tried turning it around?
I think just to be silly. I think I did, because even on school I tried. I wrote with my left hand.
But
I don't know. There's something wrong.
There's something wrong with you.
Something was wrong with my right hand, and then I write it. When a teacher comes, I wrote. So when teacher comes and they write the board full of stuff,
Yeah.
and you have to write quickly because they're gonna wipe it down.
Mm-mm.
Go to the next board. When they're done with the next board, they're gonna start with this board. So now you have to write fast. So then this one was like
lazy,
and then I was starting with this one. So stuff like that. Obviously, as I was growing up, but yeah, then the guy, what was interested, he was also fortunately a left-handed as well, so I could move on to the bass guitar, and so that is how I got to know this magnificent instrument, the bass guitar. From there, obviously, the rest is history. So that is how I got introduced to bass guitar and just fell in love with the instrument.
Wow, man. Let's move on to your musical education. From getting those single notes from Uncle Desi, are you self-taught or did you go to any music school after that?
No, I think there was always some people that lended me a hand when it comes to like Uncle Desi. He ignited that thing. That was already there, that late dormant. I didn't know that I had a gift in music. To learn multiple instruments. I thought drums was my thing. So I would sit like this at home and play on my mom's, couches. And when someone comes by, I would maybe use them as a cymbal.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that.
I hope you didn't make a lot of enemies doing that.
Lots of enemies, don't worry, but we're fine now. I forgave them, they forgave me.
You forgave them?
Yes, it starts like it. It starts with you must forgive us, and then, So I forgave them, they forgave me, we're good now. And it's family members that I'm talking about. Siblings, and So that's how I moved on to the instrument. So Uncle Desi was the first one, obviously, to just give me those few notes. GC Chris, right? Following him, and then afterwards, when we left that church, we went to another church called, or I went obviously on my own. Actually, this time I was about 16 years old, 16, 17, and then I went to visit this church, New Covenant Christian Church. They were based in, excuse me, in Mitchell's Plain, and they opened a branch in Delft because I'm from Delft. Opened a branch in Delft and in Ottery at the time, and they had the town center branch. But then when they came to Delft, I was obviously visiting, and I was really intrigued by the music there. They had a good band. Everyone knows back in the day, New Covenant Christian's band was on fire, and especially the bassist. I was really intrigued when I visited the services. And I was like, after one service, I went to the pastor and I said, Pastor Andre Johnson at the time, he was a pastor of the Delft branch. Asked him, listen, can I speak to the music director? I would love to play in the band. And he was like, he showed me a few tricks on the bass as well. I'm like, yo, this pastor.
Okay.
He showed me a few chops on the bass, and I'm like, yo, this guy just preached the storm now, and now he's burning basses as well. And he said, listen, he's going to set up a meeting for me with the bass. The bassist and the music director at the time was Gershwin Kuhn. And I got introduced to Gershwin Kuhn, which is still up until today my mentor. So he took me further, actually like proper formal training into bass now, teaching me the bass, the theory and the anatomy of the bass and all of those things. So they started a music school at the Mitchell's Plain branch. Him and I don't know if you know Denzel Erasmus.
Yeah, Denzel, yeah.
Saxophone, great saxophone player, Denzel Erasmus. So Denzel did the theory part, I think. Yeah, Denzel did the theory part, and then Gershwin did the bass.
The practical.
He did the bass. So he did the music, the reading. Reading music. So he introduced me to reading music. Denzel, yeah. And then
Gershwin or Denzel?
Denzel.
Oh, Denzel.
Denzel introduced me to reading music, and then Gershwin was teaching me on the bass.
Okay, so Gershwin was the practical teacher.
The practical teacher for the bass, teaching me bass theory and all of that, and I obviously started playing in church, and then Denzel introduced me to reading music.
Wow.
Yeah, and then from there, obviously later years now went on. I went to UCT. I enrolled in UCT. And my first music teacher there was Graham Bayer. Amazing bassist. He's actually a trombonist. But he was teaching bass at the time. Amazing guy as well. And then after him, Sonia Hannes took over. And then I got the first few years of Sonia Hannes there. And what an amazing
The first few years.
The first, yeah. Probably 2 years. It was there. Because he was. When I started, because I started African music before I moved out to jazz. I think he just finished his masters. At the time, so we was in and out of college, and we were like really petitioning. We were like, we want this guy as the bass teacher. Yeah.
Okay.
So and then one thing led to another, and then he was the bass teacher, and then we were so happy. So then he took it further, obviously, there, and really learned a lot from these guys.
Wow.
And yeah, I still, when I see Sean today, I actually saw him the last time in Pretoria, and they were still checking up on me. Hey, what you doing? So they still have that mentorship, and that's great to have. Even Gershwin helps me a lot with radio plugging, because he does radio plugging for my music. So he's the person that I go to for radio plugging, and so they still have that position in my life. All these guys, yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. Man. Listen, so you moved to Joburg, right? So tell me about the artists that you worked with. Yeah. I remember seeing you back in the day on Wilmot Fredericks' live recording. I think that was his first one, but it's years ago. I still have a copy at home.
Is it? I have to think. Wilmot Fredericks. I know I've worked with this family a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, yes. That was also at the church at New Covenant Christian. Yes, yeah. I was playing with the 4-string that time, and I had still hair.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me about the artists that you've worked with, also on the albums that you've worked on.
Yeah. Well, Wilmot Fredericks. Let's start with that. I've also worked with his son. I played on his son's album, on the first album with Byron Levi.
Yeah.
There's so many artists now. I have to think.
Veronica. Just give me 5. Give me 5.
Veronica. Here.
Okay.
We have a very long musical history. We also played together in church for like 10 years. He was my worship leader, and then I played the first concert in church, and up until we recorded the DVD in, I think it was 2018, Encounter with Veronica at Belleville Civic. The first, I still have the pamphlet. The first concert, it was 20 rand.
Oh. Can we go back to the days?
To the days when we can pay 20 rand. That was the first concert I played with her. And then obviously the DVD, I played what an amazing gospel artist.
Wow.
Let's do all the gospel artists first, and then, well, the ones that I can remember. The ones in Johannesburg, I worked with Shante Iseni.
Okay.
Look out for that artist, Shante Iseni. An amazing, powerful, dynamic worshiper. Has amazing songs. I also wrote for a few songs as well. So she's going to release that this year. So that's another thing that I'm getting into, writing music and music production. So I wrote a few songs for her, and through her husband, which is Dayo Eseni, very good friend of mine, we played for Stephen Crown. I don't know if you know Stephen Crown.
No.
He sings the song "You Are Yahweh." Very big Nigerian artist. Also Takindo. We played with him as well. That is Joburg artist.
Okay.
I think let's leave it there for the gospel side. Okay. You can go on and on, but it's been a couple of years, like say 15 years of backing artists. So you can imagine it's a lot. I mean, from the secular side here in Cape Town, worked with the likes of your Black Ties, your Chad Simons, your Alistair Isabels. Played 3 years with Jimmy Nevis.
Wow.
I think before we moved to Johannesburg. In Johannesburg, I played with Nasty C.
Okay.
Also Lady Zamar. There's also some friends of mine that are doing great work, like Manana out there. We worked on his first few offerings that he did. Langa Movuso as well. We played on his first. I think as a single that he released, the Sunday Blues, that got selected for the River the series.
Wow.
As the theme song.
Wow.
So we played on that, and then because we all were on a band on campus together.
Okay.
Sessions through Ludwig Tanka. I don't know if you know the keyboard player, great producer Ludwig. Everyone knows this guy. So through him, we had this band of amazing artist. Zoe Modiga was in there as well. We did Zoe's first album as well. I'm playing 3 songs on the album. So yeah, it's been really, God has been good in that way, really connecting me to play with some of these really big artists. I mean, Gloria Bosman, late Gloria Bosman. We were just talking about Coco now. We played Jazz and Native Arts with Gloria, and so yeah, man, it's been a good journey playing for these artists. Obviously, there's a lot that I'm not mentioning, but you know, you're a busy man, so I don't want to keep you all day.
We still have to, to move on from here, but yeah. Listen, you have this beautiful bass here, man. Can you tell me about the gear that you have? First, but DVD that I saw you on Walmart FedEx, you had a Warwick bass there, 4-string, and then in later years I saw you with this X. So tell me about this and the other equipment that you use when you perform live, and also when you perform do a recording.
Yeah. Well, that was a Warwick rock bass. I love that bass. If I can get that bass back, I would. And there was a chance for me actually to get the bass back, and then I didn't have the money. I found it because I had to sell that bass, and then I found it again in Pretoria. I'm like,
wow. And so it's been traveling.
It's been traveling, and the guy that had the bass is a collector, so he doesn't even know about. He's not even a musician, so he's a collector.
That's bad. That's bad. They're sitting with the stuff, and
you see, that was annoying to me as well. And it was even more annoying that I didn't have money that time to buy the bass. But if I find that bass again, I would definitely buy it because just of the tone, and I would just sit with that bass every day. Wherever I go, when I'm at home, I would just have that bass like this on me. It was part of my body. Basically. That's why I was really attached to the bass. But this one over here I got afterwards. Really interesting how I got this bass actually. This is called the Warwick Buzzard Bolt series. It's a custom made for the Warwick made this custom made it for John Entwistle. Him together with the CEO of I think then CEO of Warwick.
John Entwistle is played for the Who.
Yes. Yes. You know your stuff, sir.
I have to. I have to.
So I think with Hans Peter Wolfer, the CEO and the owner of Warwick, I think he gave over to his son now, Nicholas. Together
you know that story. Man. Big ups to you.
We have to know our stuff. This is our game. I mean, you know. So together, I think they came up with this bass. I think they came up with the name over a few drinks in a club in London. That's the story that goes out there. They don't know who gave the name, but Buzzard Bolt series is the name of the bass. So it's a weird shape. You know, this bass takes shine wherever I go. No one wants to take pictures with me. They want to take pictures with my bass.
Okay.
And I'm fine with it. I love it actually.
Okay.
So out there, people's like, can I please have your bass? Can I please take a picture? Because it's just
Yeah, I can only imagine. Let's leave it there.
It's just nice, and it's also very heavy, but it has this great tone that I love, great depth that I haven't found in any other bass guitars. People will tell you, sound engineers will tell you out there, when they see this bass, they get a bit nervous for their amps and for their gear.
Okay.
Because it has a very nice low end.
Wow.
That needs especially it comes out with it when you playing on a big rig, you can hear the actual proper substance of this bass. Obviously, and then I have right now, I'm just really dabbling in music production as well. So together with my iPad and sound card, I'm just making the most of it there. So what I do is just plug it in my sound card, and I have my headphones on, and I create some stuff over there. So that's the gear that I'm using at the moment.
Do you have any advice for young up and coming bass players and musicians?
Of course, I would say don't be afraid to ask questions. You know, if you want to go for something, you're aiming for something, whichever instrument you want to play, don't be afraid to go and ask the person. Go attend the events, go search for these people's details so you can get lessons from them. Get a mentor as well. Make sure that there's someone walking the path with you that's telling you, listen, this is what you need to do, or this is what you need to get into this institution. Mentors are very important. If you're a gospel musician, please have a relationship with God. I would say that. Even if you're a secular instrument, please get to know God. because you don't want to you don't want to do music because music comes from God.
Yeah.
It's like doing music and you don't have the theory.
Mm.
When you do music without God, it's basically that.
Okay.
When you have the theory of music, you can do like much more with what you know. It's like I can play a C there when you even play an E, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just because I know the theory.
Yeah.
So it's like that when you have a relationship with God as well. You know the source now of this thing you're busy with, and so you have more depth.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So don't move without God. I'd say both secular and because this thing comes from God. And then obviously, I would say also check out different avenues of music, like the music production, writing music, producing. Um, go into those avenues as well. We have some brilliant writers out there that's not doing music, but they're writing for music. We have brilliant producers out there that's not on a stage, but they're producing.
Yeah.
Right. And then we have got brilliant performers as well. So check out those different avenues as well. Yeah, I'd say reach for the stars. Don't let anyone hold you back. You know, if someone says you can't do it, you show them you can do it. Don't let your circumstances hold you back. Don't let anyone's words hold you back. If you want to reach a goal, you want to be the greatest artist of all time, you go out there and do that thing.
Wow. Riba, thank you so much for making time for me, making time for from the okay. Let me just I can okay. Riba, thank you so much for making time for me, making time for from the Cape Base. Godspeed on your journey.
Thank you so much, Daniel, and also good luck on this journey that you're taking. And we are grateful for the bass community that you're bringing this platform to us and for to making this thing a possibility for bass players. You know, whether it's bass players of high stature of you know people that are just starting. Thank you that you are providing this platform. We really appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you for the kind words, man. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for liking and sharing this video with your family and friends. Please follow From the Cape with Base on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Thank you so much.